Hey you guys, it's Ani. Happy Friday. I'm here with Mr. Nico. Um, he's very unbothered, as you can see, doing what he needs to do. Um, but you guys, I'm excited for this video because I'm gonna be talking about something I get asked so many times, and I'm gonna be sharing actually a success story from one of my course clients that took Master Your Mind, Manifest Your SP with the self-concept bundle. I'll also be talking about money because I know everyone loves that. And probably, Christmas time, Christmas presents. Like a lot of people asked me about money mindset lately because they are spending a lot too. So we'll go over that too. But we're going to be talking about something that I used to also wonder when I was going through my manifestation journey, manifesting SP and learning more and more and more every day. And that is, what do you do in the unknown? And by unknown, I mean when you're in this place of you don't know what's going to happen next, you don't know when it's going to happen, you don't know how it's going to happen. You don't know, like maybe you're in no contact with a specific person, or maybe you're waiting for that specific person to do something, to make a move, or it doesn't even have to be a specific person. It could be any opportunity or any money situation. Maybe that mostly if you're in a waiting place or in a place of like, what do I do now? Like I feel like I've tried everything, or stuff like this, right? So if you're in a situation like that, stay tuned. I feel like anything we manifest, we eventually get to a point where it's like, all right, I put the desire out. It could be in any way. I visualized it, or I scripted it, or I affirmed for it. I've been desiring it for quite some time. Now what, right? Like, I think we've all been there, and we've all gotten frustrated on not knowing when or how it's going to happen, and we get maybe into a manipulative place where we're trying to manipulate the 3D because that's what we logically know how to do. Like logically, we are humans and we just know how, like we know to take action. If you want something, you got to go out and get it, do it, right? But when it comes to learning your power, it's not always go out there and get it. It's actually quite the opposite. It's not really having to lift a finger and things come in. Okay, so I'll be talking about what to do in the middle, what to do in this unknown place. You may be feeling a lot of emotions right now: scared, hurt, can I forgive this person, or will the money come in, will this opportunity work out in my favor, will the third party leave, whatever it is. Emotions are involved, and sometimes these emotions take over, and we forget how the law works, and we forget that actually this universe is very neutral, and what we make this moment mean is what will play out. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about that. Last Friday I shared a book with you guys, a little book by Florence Scovel Shinn, and it's called The Magic Path of Intuition. I want to read a little, I'm going to read 2 quotes from here. But before I do, my client that got success from my bundle course, Self-Concept and Master Your Mind, Manifest Your SP, we actually met in between and had a one-on-one session, which many of my clients do that just to, like, keep me updated or ask any questions along the way. And I remember when we met, she was so frustrated of this middle because she was in no contact with her specific person, and she had so many emotions. There was so many times she wanted to reach out, but then she's like, I don't know what to say, what to do. She's like, I don't even feel comfortable reaching out because the way we left off wasn't nice. And she's like, I've always reached out, and I want to get to a point where like I don't have to be doing that work, and I can have that version of the person come in the way I want them to, right? So we worked on that. She continued to do the course. And one thing I want to say, you guys, yes, it does feel scary. Like, I remember going through that as well. It does feel scary because it's almost like life or universe, and it's not, there's no punishment here. Universe is not trying to punish you. Everything is very neutral, but it almost feels like a test. Like, can you get through this on your own, or are you going to again reach outside of yourself and try to manipulate the situation to get what you want? And here's the thing, every single time we manipulate it, like for example, she would do this, I've done this, a lot of clients have done this too, where maybe if you're in a no contact situation, right, and you really like once and for all want to experience this person come in and maintain this relationship and commitment, right? But every single time you've gone through this situation, you've reached out, you made the bigger step, you made the move, and that makes you feel uncomfortable, let's say, right? That's not the version of you that you want to embody, right? The version of you that you want to embody is the version that's chosen, that's chaste, that's prioritized, right? So instead of caving in this moment in a lack, from a lack place, your subconscious mind is actually like, can you stick through this version of yourself that you want to become? Like this embodiment you want to embody, this version of you that's so chosen. Can you stick through it and continue to identify as this version, continue to live in the end of that mindset while we push this out for you? And it feels like sometimes a test, because that unknown feels like, oh my God, like if I don't make any moves, probably no moves will be made towards me, right? If you've gone through that, comment down below. That is not true though, because if you use that opportunity to actually shift the focus into, how can I use this opportunity right now to pour more into me becoming that embodied version, that version of myself that I always wanted to become? How can I tell my subconscious mind that I'm her now, or I'm him now, right? Because your subconscious mind is always listening. And if you're constantly in a state of lack and you're constantly in a place of, how do I solve this problem? How do I solve? How do I get communication? Should I reach out? When should I reach out? Should I use this excuse to reach out? When you're there, you're not telling your subconscious mind anything new. You're literally telling your subconscious mind, I'm in a problem. I'm trying to solve this problem, and I feel super lack energy right now. And I feel super needy right now. And I need this person to show up right now, or else I'm a failure. That's the messages you're sending out to your subconscious, which eventually you're sending out to your outer world, which is going to reflect that back to you with more experiences of lack. Why do I say this? Because number one, it's fact. Number two, I've seen so many people continue this pattern over and over again, whether it's with the same person or whether it's with a new person. They get into a situation again, whether it's the same person or a different person, they get themselves in a situation again where they really, really, really want to be that chosen and prioritized version of themselves. But when it comes down to this no contact situation, or fear comes up, or you're really trying to manipulate it, right? They cave into doing the same old thing they've done over and over and over again. There's no change within. And it's okay. Like, I don't want you guys to think like I'm saying don't reach out to this person, or don't do this, don't do that. But the energy behind it matters. Like, if you're doing it from a place of, I just want to get this done. I just want to hear from this person to calm down. And then you take the action. And then later you feel even worse about it because you didn't keep the promise to yourself, or you didn't go forward with, I was supposed to, focus on me. I was supposed to level up within, not try to do the same old thing over and over and over again and get the same old results. I see this happen a lot. We want something, we want it, and we want to embody it in a way we've never have before, but we keep approaching it in the same old way we have before. And then you get discouraged with yourself. And then you create a story within that I'm the one that always reaches out. They don't care. Or I'm the one trying more than the other person. I put more effort. I'm always the bigger person. Then we create these stories. Okay? And that's one thing my client was struggling with until we broke those habits. And she proved to herself over and over again that even if she doesn't do it, even if she doesn't like make the move and chase this person will, as she levels up within. But these things take moment to moment application. A lot of times you don't even know you're in that mindset. You may have to do like a brain dump on it, like get your journal out and write how you're feeling. A lot of times you're so emotional that you don't even know that you're occupying a state of lack, right? And this is all normal, but this is why I want you to be aware of yourself, aware of your emotions, because you can't change anything. You can't get any different results if you're not even aware of where you're going within. Okay? So I want to read something from this book, a little quote that I think will resonate, and I think it matches kind of with the vibe we're going with. And it says, I am often asked why it is easier to see failure than success, unhappiness than happiness, because it is of our early training, which was usually negative. Which was usually negative. When good things happened, people exclaimed, this is too good to be true. Millions of people have neutralized their good with this attitude. For you are accountable for your idle words. They impress the subconscious and are carefully carried out. And it follows with an affirmation you can use. Affirm, I see vividly my immediate and endless supply. It comes from a higher power and all doors fly open. All channels are free. I see vividly my radiant health, perfect and permanent. I see vividly my heart's desires come to pass in the twinkling of an eye. Okay, I want to read it one more time. I am often asked why it is easier to see failure than success, unhappiness than happiness. It is of our early training, which was usually negative. When good things happened, people exclaimed, this is too good to be true. Millions of people have neutralized their good by this attitude. I see it all the time in clients, you guys. I see it all the time in one-on-one sessions. I see it in their questions. I see it in their reactions. It's so true. We are so used to our old programming, which in our old programming, we really didn't know we're as powerful as we are. And we didn't really know life is very neutral. How you approach it and how you make what you make things mean will play out, right? Because it sounds too easy. Like you're trained to go and get it, take action, right? So if now you're told, well, change the meaning you're giving this thing is not working in your favor, change it, right? It really does kind of sound like that's too easy, right? It's so normal though. You're human. Like you're not trained to think you can have things in a snap of a finger. So number one, don't be hard on yourself. But number two, be aware of this rule. Like, be very aware of this. Be conscious of it. You know how many times, and I'm even talking about like clients I've had for years that already, they manifested so much money, so much success with their SP, so much success in job opportunities. And even though they have all this evidence that they are so powerful, the old programming still comes up. And sometimes when we're talking and they're explaining a situation, I can literally tell that they're going to their old habits. And I'll literally cut them off and I'll be like, wait a second, what are you saying? Why are you making that mean that? It hasn't even happened yet. Why are you making that mean that? When you can choose any outcome, because we literally are shifting from parallel reality to parallel reality every millisecond. Why choose that outcome? Because it's happened before? Because this person showed you that behavior, but this person has shown you that behavior prior, so that's where you jump to automatically. That's okay. But then when you're aware, you say, no, just because that's happened in the past, I no longer want to make it mean this. I actually want to change the meaning of this so it can work in my favor. This is how you change memories. This is how you change outcomes going forward. This is how you change behaviors in people. Okay? So it's completely okay to be in your unknown right now. It's completely okay to not know the when or the how. That's not even your job. Your job is to be so aware and so calm within, reminding yourself of your power. The moment you become uneasy in your day-to-day moment is when resistance is present. When resistance is present, emotions are taking over your actual logic of how the universe works. You know how we say, oh, logic doesn't matter because circumstances don't matter? Yes, that's true. But your logic of how the universe works matters. Does that make sense? Your logic of how the universe works, this universal law, right? Not everything is neutral. Nothing is punishing you. So that means how we look at a situation determines how the situation will continue to show up, which means how we continue to react to 3D circumstances matters. Meanings we give things continuously matters. The little jokes here and there we make of ourselves and our situation. Oh, it's too good to be true, or oh yeah, it's nothing. It's not even a big deal. Like, it'll probably go away soon. Stop these things. Like, all you're being heard constantly from subconscious mind, and your poor subconscious mind literally cannot command you, you command it. So when your subconscious mind sees that you're continuously doing the same thing over again, unfortunately, it can't tell you, hey, what are you doing? You want something different, but you keep putting out something different. What are you doing? Your subconscious mind cannot command you. You command it because you are God on this physical earth. Okay? So you're probably thinking like, okay, what do I do? Literally everything I just said has to be applied on a daily basis. There's no secret. There's no secret like scripting or anything like this. All the techniques at the end of the day, whether it's my courses, whether it's EFT tapping, whether it's scripting, affirming, everything gets you to a place of focusing on what you want. Your focus matters here. Unfortunately, most of us are focused on the opposite, or we're focused on what's already happened. This person already said this to me. This person said that to me. History repeats itself. They in the past, a year ago, they said they can't be with me. 2 years ago, they said they can't be with me. 2 days ago, they said they don't want a commitment. Do you see how you're using your precious time and focus on old 3D when you should be applying what you actually desire, those outcomes in your now? You always have a clean slate, a clean page. If you keep bringing everything from outside, from years ago, from days ago, onto that clean page, you're just recreating the same situation over and over again. There's another quote I want to share from this book. This is how the book looks. Okay. It says, don't build up an envy thought form. It keeps you out of the promised land, your heaven, pretty much. You build yourself a prison. No one keeps you out of your good but yourself. A thought form of self-pity is one of the most dangerous you can have. The more you pity yourself, the worse things get. Be above the worry belt in consciousness, and then you will have instantaneous manifestations. Your success, happiness, or abundance comes to pass in the twinkling of an eye. Okay? So I see that a lot in people that have created third parties. I don't want you to feel like bad that you've ever been in a situation of self-pity, or your circumstances may really be a situation where you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. Trust me, I've been there. Like the not chosen, third party situations, feelings like daggers in the heart, like very painful. But just remember that self-pity you feed your subconscious mind. Again, is subconscious mind is all ears. And subconscious mind is like, oh, self-pity, that's what we're focusing on. No problem, boss. Let me get you more experiences like that. This is, so one thing that would happen to me when I was going through that, right? And you don't know you're doing it. Again, that's why it's so important to check in on yourself, right? When I would go through that, I would get into literal situations where I would be like, oh my God, I just met a new person. They're so interesting. I want to spend more time with them. Maybe, you know, maybe this is gonna go forward into something nice, really nice, right? Because I was in a self-pity embodiment more than anything else, right? And it's not like you're pitying yourself 24/7, but if that's where your focus is at more than anything else, you're going to get more of that, because that's just how this law works. Focus creates more, focus creates more, focus creates more of that in different situations, right? So what would happen is this new person that I don't even know, I don't even have a history with, I can't even like say, oh, they have this characteristic and that behavior, right? Like I haven't even had that time to even make up those scenarios in my head. They would eventually put me in a situation to feel more self-pity. Why? Not because they're a bad person, not because they're out to get me or whatever, but here's another character in my movie to show me what I'm focused on. Does that make sense, you guys? If that makes sense, comment down below. If you're enjoying the video so far, comment down below. If it resonates, comment down below. I love you guys. And I never write anything out like, this is what we need to talk about and I need to follow a script. If you've been following me for quite some time, you know that. I just feel like whatever download I get, I have to share that with you that day. you know. And if I haven't shared your success stories yet, those of you that have done my courses and sent in success stories, I'm seeing it so often lately. I will share. I think recently from Black Friday sale, all these people like are sending in so many success stories, and I haven't shared yet, but because I felt like I have to get this message out for some reason. And if it resonates with you, please let me know. But yeah, this client of mine that met with me while she was doing her Master Your Mind, Manifest Your SP, she was leveling up on her own. And she had that guidance through the step-by-step course. And sometimes things click so fast and you're like, I can't believe I didn't know this all this time, or I can't believe I wasn't applying this all this time, and now I am, and I'm getting all these results, right? So it's okay, you guys, don't be hard on yourself. I used to be so hard on myself manifesting SP. There were so many times where there were other men coming in and I was so lost. I was like, I want this person. This person's like everything. They're my soulmate. They're my everything. Like, just connection is everything, right? But we're in no contact right now, or I don't feel like it's going anywhere. And then all these other birds before land are coming in, and you get nervous because you think, oh, is this it? Like, is this supposed to be it? Maybe it's not. You know, you get confused because you still are learning. You don't know that you can have your desire. It's not a negotiation. Like, the universe is not sending you someone else as it's just birds before land. It's literally birds before land. When you start changing your self-concept, and when you start changing the way you see yourself and the way you think others view you, when you start really changing that and applying that on a daily basis, birds before land comes in, signs come in, people start coming towards you. You become so magnetic. And again, because we have self-sabotaging ways, we think, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to get my person. I'm supposed to settle with this. Universe sent me this. Maybe it's negotiating, like, hey, you could leave the other person alone and stick with this person. It'll be easier. Nothing like that's happening. That's all on you. If someone else comes in and that's the person you desire, you don't want to continue with that's on you. But it's, again, it's just a choice. If it doesn't mean that your desire is not going to show up. Sometimes we have stories with our SPs that we really need to clean up, because if they keep coming in but you can't maintain it, you really have to ask yourself, what is the story I have about this person? 10 out of 10, I'll tell you this. It's not even clients, just family, friends, like people out, like when we're talking, you know, as friends, they'll literally come to me for advice, and I'll ask them, like, what do you think this person thinks about you? You know? And they'll say all the right answers, and then they'll continue their story with, they're so not, like, they've never been loyal to me, like, it's probably never gonna change. They literally say all the right answers, but they don't realize this whole other story they have of why this person is not showing up the way they want. So be aware of that too, because again, subconscious is listening to you. Okay, you guys, I hope this video helped. I hope you had an aha moment from this. Please, 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 I challenge you. Okay, I challenge you today, this weekend, this month, the rest of 2023, even going into 2024. Okay, I challenge you to be more aware of where your story's at internally. I say this in so many videos, but honestly, it's so important. Like, it's so easy for us to go back into our old human ways and think, I just got to manipulate the situation. I just got to go and manipulate the situation. I will find excuses. I will throw those excuses in this person's face to convince them, to get them, to manipulate them. And that just creates so much more resistance and arguments and just difficulty. Like, you still don't feel chosen after doing all of that. That's the problem. Okay? So trust. Trust that the universe has your back, because it really does. Trust that this universe, God, this force, this power is literally is so smart. It knows what you're going through. It knows what you want. And it's literally waiting on you to be like, give me the meanings. Give me the meanings. What do you want this to mean? Make it in your favor, though. Stop making it mean the negative stuff. Stop looking in your past and, oh, this is how it went in the past. Maybe this is how it's going to go in the future. Stop bringing that dirty residue onto a clean slate. Stop it. It's a clean slate right now. You are the author. You got a clean, blank book, blank page. What are you going to do with it? What are your characters in your movie going to do? What's the plot twist? Who's the main character? I love you guys. I will see you in next Friday's video. If you are interested in any of my courses, links will be in the description box down below. Do not worry about the date and time. When you purchase the course, it literally is available to you the moment you purchase it. And me and Nico will see you in next Friday's video. Bye, guys.